It isn't necessary for having some people that'll just give you that brutal honesty. And, you can bedside manner it a bit, but sometimes someone just needs to tell you to get your shit together.
Yeah.
We were watching, I can't remember which movie it was. It was Knocked Up. And they told her, like, oh, we can't tell you to lose weight because that's illegal, but get on a scale and whatever the scale says.
That's a great movie.
Take like minus 20 pounds and then weigh that. But it's funny because it's, I forgot her name, Katherine Heigl. I believe that's her name.
Yeah.
Like she's already thin. Like you look at her arms and it's just like rail thin. And there's like, what the fuck? Like they want her to lose. I mean, I know it's a joke and she's already had lost the 20 pounds to get the role probably. But yeah, like when you look at, in movies, like some of the chicks are like insanely skinny. Like, I remember like, I used to think Jessica Alba was so fucking hot. I mean, she's still gorgeous, but
She was.
But if you go back and look at some of those like movies, like Honey, her arms are extremely tiny.
She's not thick enough for
No,
us.
she's definitely not thick enough anymore. Yeah.
After our last episodes, so many people were in the comments like, Mark, you like them fat chicks. like Mark is really showing he likes fat chicks. I'm like, God, y'all are just mean.
That's great.
Jesus. People can be so cold.
Chubby, I'm a chubby chaser.
That interview with, I just saw the clip of Joe Rogan and Gina Carano. Did you guys see the clip where Gina was talking about how her like kickboxing instructor, who's like this guy from Thailand, he saw her for the first time in a long time. He's like, oh, you're fat. You need to lose weight.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, foreigners are like that though.
She said that she needs that. She's like, I need someone to keep me in check like that. And then she was saying now, Kevin Ross, who's been on the podcast before, she's like, he likes it though. So it's like he plays into it. And then she was like, maybe he doesn't like this much though.
It is good to know, like, if you're getting out of shape or whatever, truly getting out of shape or you're truly getting unhealthy, it is good because she was saying something like, the people that really love you will tell you what you need to hear, right? It isn't necessary for having some people that'll just give you that brutal honesty. And, you can bedside manner it a bit, but sometimes someone just needs to tell you to get your shit together.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Someone needs to, there's kind of a whole thing of shaming, right? But what do you get shamed for? Sometimes you get shamed for, you feel ashamed for things that maybe you shouldn't be doing. I don't know, right?
I remember fucking 9 years old, Brandon Cavett, who was a professional soccer player in Sacramento. He played in the MLS. He was my coach. And one day we were doing hill sprints. And I remember this because I was just like, damn, that hit me. I got to fucking go. I was like falling behind the team. He's like, Nsima, stop being a fucking prima donna. And I was like, I still remember it to this day.
Yeah.
But that boost, that kicked my ass, right? And I respond well to like that. Like I respond well if a coach is like, get your fucking shit together. Like I don't want to have to hear that because I want my shit to be together, but I'll take it because sometimes you gotta hear it. You gotta hear it, But at 9 years old, I mean, come on.
I'm grateful for that coach.
Yeah, me too.
You do need that sometimes, It's hard to know what somebody's going to respond to, though. Sometimes that's like real detrimental. Then, there's certain kids that might not have showed up the next day,
Yeah.
and that's tough.
Or
and
parents.
Then I'm sure a coach would feel, well, depending on the coach, but I'm sure they would kind of, he's not trying to get you to like just quit. He's trying to get you to like dig deeper, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to have encouragement to dig deeper. And I think now we know some different strategies and some different things, but things were different 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Things were different. People just kind of like, they just threw it out there and they let it. I remember my football coach hitting people, they had football pads on and a helmet.
Yeah.
And he just, he'd come up and he'd whack you. And like we all actually like, thought that was like a sign of respect more so than anything because he wanted you to do well. He'd come up and he'd smack you on the fucking helmet. He'd be like, come on, you can do better than that. And you're like, yeah, I can do. Like, he's got a fucking good point. Should he have hit us? I don't know. Like, maybe that's a step too far. I don't know. Didn't seem like it was wrong to me.
Fat Project family, how's it going? Now, we like to look good in the gym and out of the gym. That's why you always see Mark and I and Andrew is stepping up on the short game, wearing shorts from Viore and clothes from Viore. And honestly, the number one compliment that I've seen that I've gotten, and even Mark's gotten, is, damn, your butt looks good. And that's because, well, the clothes we wear make our booties look delicious. Andrew, how can they get it?
Yeah, you guys both have pretty big wagons. You guys can head over to viori.com/power project. That's VUORI.com/power project to receive 20% off the most amazing apparel that looks so good inside and outside of the gym.
It's going to make your ass look fat,
and your ass
like
will
that.
look fat. Links to them down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes. God damn it.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Make your ass look fat.
It got us to work hard.
You know, in the context of like athletics, coaches can tell by the kids sometimes. If a coach is a good coach, they can tell if this kid is too sensitive to handle it, or if this kid can buck up and handle this, right? So I do think, though, that sometimes that is necessary. And I might be more prone to thinking that's okay because I come from an African household where everything is like straight up. Like there is no sugarcoating when it comes to discourse on what you need to do. It's not like, oh, baby, blah, blah, blah. My mom didn't have time for that shit.
No, this is your responsibility. I told you to take the garbage out. Now you're going to get smacked on the butt.
Yeah, now you're going to
Because I got to ask you 3 times. It doesn't make any sense. How about you just do it the first time and we don't have to go through this?
Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Me and my girl were having a conversation, though, because there was part of me that was not buying into, and this is not going into on the conversation that we were planning on having, but we probably will still have that. But we were talking about discipline, right? And I was talking about how I don't necessarily buy the idea of not using any, like, I don't want to have to slap a kid, but I'm like, does America truly have it right that you never should lay a hand on a kid? Like, what if sometimes they need a slap? Like, but I do think it's possible. I think it's truly possible. There's still something in the back of my head that is like, but who knows?
I think if you truly love your child, you will have to hurt them in some way.
Ooh.
You know, I just think that you have to. Does that mean physically? That's kind of up for you to decide, probably more so than me. Use your own discretion on that, I guess. But like, I think that you have to hurt their feelings. You have to say stuff that cuts deep. You have to tell them that their room's a mess and that that's not a great way. That's not a great way to go out into the world without skills to like keep yourself at least somewhat organized. You know, can we just get the bowl of cereal from out from underneath your bed? Like, is it serving some sort of purpose? You know, like, can there just be like some reasonable, compromise? That's what I try to communicate with my children is like, what's reasonable? I know you like video games. I know you like being on your phone. I know you like being in a room by yourself or whatever the things are that they're doing. Let's just have an open dialogue of like, how much of that's going to go on every day? Are you on your phone 8 hours every day? Like, to me, that sounds like too much. Can we, what number can we find that we can both agree on? And let's try to keep it in that range.
Yeah. My thing right now with my son is like, dude, he's 1.5 years old. Like, he's not going to receive the message, so it's kind of hard to, I guess, discipline when it's like, he doesn't necessarily know exactly what he's doing. Although we do things here and there, but like as far as like like spanking or whatever, I think if it ever happens, it's just gonna be a while to be like you understood that you did something really wrong and you understood why you got spanked. Like, if he can understand and comprehend it, then maybe. But like, if he's too young, that's where I'm like, I don't think so, man.
What about a firm no?
Yeah.
Have you guys done that and then he cries? Like, kind of grab his arm a little bit. No, you like, hey, like, just don't mess with that.
Right.
Don't do that.
He thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah,
He laughs, so it doesn't work. I think I'll say like the meanest parenting thing that we've done is like, we call it his octagon, but he has like an octagon of baby gates, right? And it's like,
put him in prison.
Yeah, we lock him up for a little bit, and then he gets just really upset because we'll put him in there, and then we like kind of take a step back and start to go do whatever we were doing. But it's mainly because like he'll get like we have like these like little golf clubs for him, and he'll just like find a dog and just fucking whack him. I'm like, oh, like, dude, you can't do that, but he thinks it's hilarious. And I'm like, you're kind of a little shithead right now. And so we tell him no, and he just thinks he just laughs, and it's so cute because he's got these big old dimples, and you want to let him get away with murder, but it's like, no, man, you can't do that.
Guys, we're working hard over here trying to learn, trying to bring our information to you, and we need your help. A lot of you guys watching these bites aren't subscribed, so just click that red subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can see when we continue to come out with this heat. Talk to y'all later.